years ago, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered his troops to invade Ukraine. We were here as columns of Russian tanks streamed across the border, capturing Ukrainian cities on their way to the capital, Kyiv.
Russia is picking off Ukraine's military facilities one after another, but Ukrainian troops are fighting back.
Putin said his goal was to overthrow President Zelensky, who saw his country's future with the United States and Europe instead of Russia. Putin claimed Zelensky, who's Jewish, was actually a dangerous American-backed Nazi. Russia cannot feel safe, develop, and exist with a constant threat emanating from the territory of modern Ukraine, Putin said. So it was a shock to Ukrainians when President Trump this week, adopting the role of peacemaker, blamed Zelensky for starting the war.
You should have never started it. You could have made a deal.
And beyond rewriting history, Trump opened peace talks in Saudi Arabia with the Russian side. Ukraine wasn't invited. Russia occupies 20% of Ukraine's territory. Trump officials have suggested Putin may be allowed to keep it. At a school in Kharkiv built with USAID funding that President Trump also just cut, teachers and staff wonder why Trump seems to be favoring Putin. Ludmila Ivanova is a math teacher.
What do you make about the things that President Trump is saying and doing about Ukraine?
It is very sad because we feel we have lost a partner and a friend, and we hope that soon President Trump will change his position, she said. A few miles away, troops manning the front lines see ominous signs.
Out here in eastern Ukraine, the fighting is relentless, with Russian drone and missile attacks coming almost constantly, especially when the weather is clear like today. But now Ukrainian troops say they have perhaps an even bigger problem, wondering whether they still have support from Washington. Does it feel like decisions are being made about Ukraine without Ukraine's input?
Yes, this is exactly the feeling we have, said Ivan, a commander of the 127th Brigade. It does influence the mood. It's very demotivating. At a rehab clinic, some soldiers told us they think Ukraine is caught between a rock and a hard place and has few options. Volodymyr is a sergeant in the Storm Brigade.
Some critics have said that President Trump is exploiting Ukraine, is taking advantage of its position right now in order to extract resources.
Between two evils, you have to pick the better one, he says. If I have to choose between the United States and the possibility that Russia will take over our country, I pick the United States.